Hey guys, it's Dawn and Lucer here, and today I want to talk to you about something a little bit different. It is a device that allows you to pee while standing up. Obviously, this is for girls, so boys, if you want to leave, go ahead and leave. This doesn't apply to you. And it's basically this. This is how it looks. I actually have this one that was brand new. I've never used it before, okay? So don't be grossed out. I actually own a ton of these because it is such a must-have for me that I have one in the saddlebag, I have in a car, purse, backpack, suitcase, everywhere. And this is just a total must-have for me. Why? Because just think of all the times that you wish that you could have peed standing up. You get to separate yourself from the yuckiness. Women's restrooms are often even more gross than men's restrooms because some women are nasty. And then you also have blood to deal with. So I've been to public restroom stalls that look like a murder scene, and it was disgusting. You don't want to be stripping down your pants, exposing your whole entire butt, half naked, and then backing up with your sensitive private area right over that disgustingness. And then sometimes the only choice is you have to clean it up. You have to clean it up first just so that you can go pee. Well, now you don't. Now, if you have a pStyle, that is a solution. Other people that might find this handy are people that wear gear that is hard to take off to go pee. And once again, men don't have to worry about this, but it's girls. So it's stuff like when I was racing motorcycles, my full leathers. I'd have to take off my entire leathers to be able to go pee. Well, I didn't if I had this. I can pee standing up. So all it requires is for me to unzip, stick it in, and pee, take it out, wash it, and then put it away. Full leathers, motorcycle gear, or rock climbing gear, where you have all the harnesses and stuff on, and then you have to take all those harnesses off and everything. Scuba diving wetsuits sort of thing, any type of gear. And then also, if you have some kind of disability where it's very difficult for you to squat, that's a thing, then this might really help you out. Another thing is also kids. Now that I have a daughter, using public restrooms was a huge thing because kids don't understand. You're like, don't touch things. And plus, all the toilets are big. So then I'm having to try to prop her up and hold her up. And I'm trying to tell her, don't touch anything. But she's, feeling like. And so now my 4.5-year-old knows how to use this. And it is so much nicer because I don't have to worry about her touching the seat or anything. You literally can just go right in, just unzip and pee, which is so nice. All right. Another thing is when I was traveling, then at the at the airport and traveling alone. Here's what would happen. If I had to use one of those single stalls, right? It's very, very small. I'm alone. I have a big backpack on and a carry-on. The stall won't let me fit all of those things in there because it's too tiny. So then I would have to leave my carry-on outside of the stall while I was inside peeing, which is a security issue. And it's like if someone stole my bag, that'd be horrible. Or if they stashed something in the bag, that'd be horrible. And also my backpack, I can't pee with a backpack on. And so, but with this thing, it was really, really simple. You have your single stall, you just walk straight in, pulling the carry-on, park the carry-on, just standing, pee, put it away, and then step right back out again. And I was able to do this keeping everything still on me and secure. Let's see. Also, I did Africa horseback safari. And this was in Kenya with offbeat safaris. It was amazing. But what happened was it's a group of 10 people. And what we would do is we would all be on horseback. We'd ride to camp and then camp overnight, then ride 40 miles out to the next camp, which is, and we just kept going. And then they would pick up camp and set up the new camp at each place, and we just had to ride there. But 40 miles out, that is a distance, and we had to stop for pee breaks. When we stopped for pee breaks, all of the women had to scatter and try to find bushes, which is a thing. It's a thing. All the men just had to walk a few feet away, turn their backs, and go pee. Well, I was able to pee like the guys, and it was awesome because it's so much safer not to be in the middle of Africa amongst all these wild critters and have to wander off alone to find that perfect bush and strip down half naked and go pee. The women that saw me doing it, they were amazed, and they were so jealous, and they all wished that they had one so that they could just stay close to camp and pee. It's just so much nicer. It's super clean and easy, and I mean, there's absolutely nothing bad about it. There is a bit of a learning curve, but learn it. It's not rocket science. And I'll tell you right now, the secret is seal the top so that there's only one way for the water to go. And then you're set. Oh, make sure it's pointing down. If you have it pointing up, or if it's too level, yeah, it can fill up. Have it pointing down so it has somewhere to go. If it has somewhere to go, it's going to go there. And gravity is your friend in this case. When I'm wearing my riding skirt, you can't see anything. If I'm just wearing pants, you can see a stream, so you know that I'm peeing. But if I'm wearing my riding skirt, my skirt's all around, you can't see anything. I turn my back to you, you can't even tell that I'm peeing. Let's see. Oh, that's the other thing. On endurance rides, sometimes vet check is away from camp and they don't have a porta potty. So then once again, you're having to go find a bush. And then I've always been paranoid, like, what if some other woman is trying to find the same bush and we both spot the one bush and we're both headed there, and it's like, and that happened at the safari, if you have 10 women trying to find bushes and they're all trying to stay away from one another, you could be looking for a while and then you're kind of stumbling. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, sort of thing. But yeah, so anyways, this is great. Also, my wedding dress. Yeah, that's hard to get on and off. Not an issue with the pStyle. Also, when I was baby wearing, which is when I strap my baby onto me, whether in the front or in the back, especially in the back, you can't sit on a toilet while you're having a big backpack or a baby strapped on your back. But with this thing, it's not an issue. Also, when I was out and about with my baby, I was baby wearing her, but let's say I'm baby wearing her at the park, or I had these plant trader events that I went to, and I had her on my back. I would have to unwrap her, take her off, hold her, and strip and pee and all that. With this, it's so much nicer to just one-handed unzip and stick it in, hold it, pee, and stuff. So, there are so many instances where this thing is just a lifesaver, and it's so much more convenient to be able to use this than having to strip and expose yourself to poison ivy, poison oak, thorns, tall grass tickling you, all those things. Plus, it's messy because when you're squatted down, I don't know, it just goes everywhere, and it tends to puddle up and pool, and always it's like a magnet going towards your feet. With this, you can aim. All right, so what is this thing? They come in a bag like this, and once again, I have not used this one, all right? And that's what it looks like. So this is the base and the spout. And when you are using it, all you're going to do is tuck it up against your skin and create a seal, all right? You create a seal, then there's only one place for the water to go. And it's just going to direct that water away from you. When you unzip your pants, you're going to tuck this part into your pants, and all that is sticking out is this part, all right? And all you have to do is tuck it up so that, you know, it's held up against. So, okay, slide it in, tuck it up so that it's sealed. Make sure that it's not like this or, you know, all wonky. If it's sealed, there's nowhere else for it to go. And then you don't want it pointing up, obviously. Horizontal is actually okay because it, you know, but obviously the more tilted you have, the more it's going to go down. So you see, it's not rocket science. It's really, really easy. It's just this, and it's a thin plastic thing, really easy to keep clean. Baby wipes or alcohol wipes if you want, or, you know, if you have those sanitizers or water, a water bottle, rinse it, a little bit of cloth. And then what I usually do is I stash some clean toilet paper or cloth paper in there, and so that it's all ready for use for the next time. And they actually sell these little cases. This is one that they sell that I got, and I've been using these for like 9 years, and this is the original one. And you guys know how much I hate Velcro. Well, this one actually is still good, but it's not like anything really happens to it, you know. It's not like I'm swinging this around and stuff. This is usually tucked up behind the scenes and safe. But you just stash this right in there with your extra toilet paper or wipes or whatever. Stash that all in there, and there you go. It even came with this carabiner, and this carabiner actually says the pStyle.com on it. Although it's probably not, the camera's probably not going to pick that up. But anyways, just like that. Really, really easy. But I've also found that you can make your own little bag. And, oh, sorry, the sun has moved, so I'm getting splotches on my face. All right. Also, I found that Asians, we like to have these little cloth pencil bags, and some of the pencil bags fit this perfectly. So you can find those at the Asian dollar store, or, you know, make your own or whatever. But it's really, really simple. Now, they do have a new version coming out. Or it's out yet. I don't know if it's out yet, but they have a new, I just saw something that said that they have a new version coming out. I did test a prototype of theirs, which is what this new one is based off of, and I loved it, okay? All they're doing is, you see how thin this plastic is? Well, they're just making the plastic a little bit thicker, and then this is kind of narrow, and so they're making this a little bit wider, and so it has a wider shape, I think, if it's based off of the prototype that I've seen. But the prototype that I saw, what they also tried was to cut it shorter. I don't remember how short, but they cut it shorter. And then a lot of people didn't like the shorter. I could see a use for shorter, so I didn't mind it. But this new one that they're coming out with is going to be the same length. It's just going to be thicker, which is always fine and good, and stronger. And this is going to be wider. So that's all fine and good. According to everything that I've seen of the new design, it seems like it'll be a nice upgrade. So you can get, I don't know if they'll still offer the originals to buy, but if you have a chance at the original, I have so many of these and I've used them all over. I have one that I always keep in my saddle bag, and that one gets bounced around everywhere, and I've never had an issue. I've had it where I've stuffed things and I forgot that this was in there. I stuffed my backpack, and then later as I'm taking things out, I was like, oh, I didn't want to squish that. This is a must-have, but it no problems. because it can squish a little. Obviously, if you leave it in the sun or stuff like that, the plastic could get brittle, I guess. If you use too many chemicals, that could break down the plastic. And I don't know if you're really bending it and stuff, but if you're careful about it, you know, I mean, mine have been lasting all these years without an issue. Like this one has never been used because at one point I got all paranoid and I wanted to make sure I always had one on hand. So I have 2 extras in my drawer that's never been touched. Those were my backups in case any one of mine that are spread out all over ever breaks, and none have ever broken. So anyways, I think that's everything that I think I've covered all the reasons why and how to use it. I'll do a little close-up video and show you, you know, how it works as well. But it's really simple. There's a reason why there's a spout on on sinks and stuff, you know. Just having a little spout just helps you direct the flow of the water. And that is all that this is doing. It's not gross. It's not, you know, magic or rocket science. I will say that there are other companies, other brands and stuff, obviously, that make pee standing up devices. I don't know what these are called, but and I have used one that was silicone, but because the silicone is soft, it kind of and stay away from the ones where it's a big funnel type. So it's big funnely thing and then a tube. Because if you've ever used an actual funnel, you know that it can overflow because of a closed funnel will, it will overflow. So be wary of those types. This one is great because it really can't overflow. If you have this sealed, there is nowhere else for it to go but out this way. And if you're nice about it, it will dribble down nicely. If you're not nice about it and you overflow it, all it's going to do is just really pour out here as a big stream. It's going to be a bigger stream or a smaller stream. So the one that is a closed funnel, that will get backed up. So so be wary about that. This one, no issues. Absolutely no issues at all about it. So I love it. If they don't have I have a shorter one because the shorter one, but you can also cut one down if you ever needed to. Just cut it, cut it and round off the tips. This is the length. You can find the specs and stuff, but it's not big. All right, so typically, I think my pee looks more like this. This is a nice little stream. But if you really have to pee, I mean, that's a pretty good stream. And I don't think this ever happens, but I don't know, maybe. All right, so that's all that happens. And yes, I'm spilling onto my hand, but that's why I said you have to seal. You have to seal this with your skin. And then when you seal it with your skin, then it can only come out here. And then when you're done, all you have to do is just kind of scrape lightly, and that will get any leftover drips off, So while it's on your skin, just slide it this way, and then that'll get you dry, any remaining drips. And then this one you can just shake and wipe down whatever, put that in the trash or in the toilet, or just toss it and then put something new in there so it's all ready to go for the next time. So really nice, simple, easy, and the new design should be nicer because it's a thicker plastic, so it'll be sturdier and this part here will be wider as well. Oh, it should be. I'm talking like I know. I haven't seen the new one yet, but it should be I've just seen the pictures and the design. Plus, I did test out their prototype, and that one was cool. But then they decided not to go with the prototype because that one they made it like a little stubby. And really, when this is under you, this is all under you, and this is sticking out of your pants. So to have a little stubby only stick out a little bit, it doesn't really give it enough, distance away from you. Having this much distance is probably the minimum amount of distance. It can work, the stubby can work, but I think a lot more people prefer the longer spout, so that's what they went with for their new version. But there you go, and it comes in different colors as well. So there you go. Hope this helps. I totally recommend it. Great for kids if you have physical issues, if you're traveling, if you wear gear and equipment that's hard to take off, if you just want to keep yourself away from the nasties, and all of that. It is just amazing and awesome, and 2 thumbs up. All right, so there you go, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.